Hello! Welcome back to Silva Method. So a couple ideas today. What we're going to talk about is a couple ideas for using the three fingers technique. What is the three fingers technique? Well, the three fingers technique, it's not an Italian swear word. The three fingers technique is there for us to use and create for ourselves or access resourceful states. We can create and then re-access resourceful states for ourselves. So what can we use the three fingers technique for? Well, literally there are thousands and thousands of techniques that we can use it, or thousands and thousands of objectives that we can use the three fingers technique for. However, the thousands and thousands of techniques really comes from all the practice that you're doing and the imagination that you have. So what I'm recommending is I'm going to add here, just give you a few ideas. This time we're going to talk about relationships as one of those areas, and the second area is going to be about driving and kind of traffic types of things. Why? Well, because, that's what I use it for most frequently, and I have got a lot of experience with it. So if you have other techniques or you have other uses for the three fingers technique, please let me know that are in addition to the ones I'm going to share today. So, relationships. How can you use the three fingers technique in terms of relationship? Well, for instance, you can tune into a person and tune into what is important to them. You can do that a couple ways. Number one, and the one that I use most often is when I'm meeting a new person or a person that's important in the specific situation. It could be a colleague, it could be a team meeting. When I go into the meeting room and try to be there a few minutes early, then I'll put my three fingers together, right? Maybe I can just put it on the desk in front of me, or I can just put it in my lap, whatever's comfortable. And while I'm in that position, what I'll do is I'll ask myself the question, what is important in this meeting? So I've put my three fingers together and I have a mental question, okay? What is important in this meeting? I don't have to close my eyes. I just close my eyes because for me it's easier, but you don't have to close your eyes. So I put my three fingers together, right? And I ask, what is important for me in this meeting? And immediately something comes to mind. And what came to mind in this case was patience. So one of the things that I struggle with is to be patient and to say things slowly. So in this case, patience in the specific situation that we're in right now. I have something going on in my head, a question that I had asked, and based on that, it says patience. So now I know that I need to follow through with patience in that area. How about people? What if you want to have a more in tune situation with a person? You want to understand what their motivations are. Why would we want to do that? Well, if we understand what the motivation of a person is, we're more likely to give them something, a suggestion, an idea, perhaps the request that we have toward them is going to be more specific and, more targeted. So if I'm in a meeting, for instance, and there are different opinions about something, whether it's just a one-on-one meeting or whether there's a group of people around, what I would do is I would put my three fingers together, and when I put my three fingers together, I would ask myself mentally, what is this person's motivation? Or what can I offer this person to get what's good for both of us? And as I'm thinking that, something comes to mind. In this particular situation, what came to mind was love. I was thinking of a situation that had come up between me and my wife, and I've been behaving in a specific way, and what comes up for me in that space is love. So what do I need to be more loving in this specific situation? Okay, so two ideas that you can use in the areas of personal relationships and where you can use the three fingers technique. How about traffic, right? We all like to drive. We're all spending time either on public transit or in our cars. And traffic seems to get in the way, especially if you're in a larger city like Toronto. So traffic is something that we don't want to have to use, or we don't want to get stuck in, right? We don't want to get held up by traffic. So what would we do? So a couple things. If you're in traffic and you feel that you might be getting a little bit late or you might not make it to work on time or to wherever you need to be on time, what you can do is put your three fingers together and just say to yourself mentally, I'm going to make it there in plenty of time with ease for the meeting or the appointment that I have. Okay? For each one of us, plenty of time will mean something different. For me, plenty of time will mean at least 10 minutes early. Okay? And if I arrive there 10 minutes early, I'll be able to park my car, do everything that I need to do to get to the appointment. So I'll put my three fingers together and say to myself mentally, I'm going to arrive at my appointment within plenty of time for the appointment. Another thing that you can do in terms of using it for traffic situations is you can use it as your GPS. So I just recently updated the iPhone and my Google app, right? The Google Maps app. And for some reason, GPS is all over the place. I mean, Google Maps can't even find my car anymore. I'm driving down a separate road than what is actually inside of the Google app. So I've just shut it off. And what I do is I put my three fingers together and I say to myself, what's the best route for me to take? And by keeping my three fingers together while I'm driving and allow myself to hear that, to hear my intuition communicating to me, my internal GPS, I'm actually driving down roads that, are unfamiliar to me, but I still end up getting to where I need to go as fast or even faster than if I would have been using my Google Maps app. Okay, so another way is to put your three fingers together and just listen to your intuition and allow yourself to go to alpha. Hear your intuition telling you which way to go, and that'll take you to where you need to be on time, okay, without any traffic hiccups. The third way inside of traffic or driving is using it for parking spots. So especially in Toronto now, you go to a mall, their parking spots are packed, and I can go up and down the aisles of parking, probably for 5 to 10 minutes sometimes to find a particular spot. So what I do now is I put my three fingers together and I say to myself mentally, where is a parking spot available? Which lane or line is a parking spot available in? And as I listen to my intuition, I'll be driving and I'll have the sense that I need to turn into a specific lane. Typically what happens is I drive into that specific lane, and if there isn't a parking spot available, then pretty much by the time I get close to the available parking spot, somebody will be exiting that parking spot at the same time. Okay? So put your three fingers together, just ask yourself the question, where is a free parking spot? Or where should I go to park? Something along those lines. As long as it's specific, you'll be guided to that space and you'll get exactly what you need. So thank you very much, and I hope that you're able to use these techniques. Give it a try and let us know, get back to us and tell us more about it. Hey, yeah, it worked for me, didn't work for me. And if it didn't, then, there's always a reason that it didn't. So give me a shout, we'll be able to help you. Thank you so much. Take care.